You see, this set isn't going to work at all.
I'm so happy!
We're going for a serious vibe, you know? Espionage and murder. What do you think, Icarus? See, he gets it. Alright, I guess there's nothing for it. It's time to
dig up the past.
Agency, this is 47. Patch me through to Diana.
This is Khajiit, I mean Diana. It's good to hear your voice. We all thought you were dead.
Diana, I'm not looking for work. I need information, some equipment.
This can be arranged, 4-7. But you know here at the agency we do not hand things over for free. I've heard a rumor that you are very wealthy.
Yes, I've heard that rumor too. It's not true though, but I'm sure you can suggest an arrangement.
I'll pull a few strings and see what I can do. I do actually have a special request for you to perform an assignment. Should be a fairly simple operation. In the meantime, the equipment you've requested is about to arrive outside. See you soon, 4-7.
Oh, for God's sake! Okay, so I'm all ready, as you can see, but there's just one more thing I need to do. I would make this video now and my head is the same mass as a small moon, right?
The Hitman series follows Agent 47, whose career revolves around blending into the world's highest security locations and murdering the most elusive targets possible. But he also happens to be the world's most visually striking human being. He has a barcode on the only visible part of his body. What other features could possibly be more characterizable?
So you work for the president long? I have worked here for years, Commandant. Continue liberating capitalist Bush.
The Hitman series began with the game Hitman, codename 47. But honestly, I never played it. It kind of been good though. Look at that face. It looks like Sam the Eagle mixed with fucking Cher. But then Hitman 2, Silent Assassin came out. Not only did 47 finally look terrifying, but the game was also incredibly fun and well designed.
You will be perfect. More.
Wow. So why was Hitman 2 so good? Well, for one, the gameplay was incredibly varied. It allowed you to play in almost any style you wanted at almost any time.
Get sick of sneaking around and cutting up fish 9/10 of the way through the Japanese pagoda? No problem. They call me the Shadow. Being stealthy was hard too. People knew when you were following them, sneaking was incredibly slow, and you had no quick way to silently incapacitate people. Because of this, every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Oh, yeah.
What the hell am I doing?
Fortunately, no matter how hard it got, if you fucked up, you could still save and reload at the same rate I consume halloumi fries. And best of all, it had the shed. For every single weapon you could find in Silent Assassin, there was a special place for it in your shed at your church base in Sicily. So whenever you completed a mission with a new weapon in your inventory, it suddenly appeared there. As a result, the shed worked as a way to give you a new quest line totally organically. You see, you can easily tell what weapons fit in these spaces, but to find them, you have to keep an eye out as you play through the missions. The game didn't need to give you a quest marker or a small bit of text to make you want to do this either. It was just me, the game, and a shed. Don't get weird now. You could also take every weapon you'd previously collected into the next assassination mission, giving your collection a practical purpose within the game itself. A metal detector? One second. Just get rid of this. Oh, and that. Oh, these two. That. This. There, no one will ever know. The final mission begins with you arriving back to your base in Sicily, but notably this time you are unarmed for some reason. Upon arrival, you find that your church base is overrun with enemies who have tracked you down. Oh god, what am I gonna do? I don't have any weapons. How am I gonna— Oh my god, my shed is here!
Things that bother you never bother me. I'm so happy and fine. Ha-ha! Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
Hitman 3, as hard as it is to believe, is not the sequel to Hitman 2's Silent Assassin, but for the love of God, don't get me started on that again. Like all the other Hitman games, it revolves around taking control of Agent 47 and assassinating different targets within self-contained locations. The first level of Hitman 3 has you infiltrating a skyscraper in Dubai. This level is huge, varied, and incredibly visually impressive. I mean, look at the shading on that head.
Perfection. 47! No!
A substantial part of the Hitman series has always been exploring interesting locations, but this level of grandeur is somewhat new to things. I personally find the smaller maps more appropriate to Hitman's style of gameplay. It's much easier to assess your surroundings and make a plan of attack beforehand, rather than randomly entering a gargantuan location where you need to search every single fucking room, desperately hoping to find the one banana you need to save the old lady with the inevitable fatal potassium deficiency. Please, Gran, eat your vitamins. You made me do this. As a result, the first time you play through the Dubai mission, it's a hot mess of 7 different floors and a whole lot of overwhelming confusion. But to be honest, in this game, it definitely seems intentional.
Beans. So the idea in Hitman 3 is to replay the same level over and over again, discovering new and exciting ways to eliminate your targets. I'm going to cover a few of them now, exclusively using pop culture references.
The Fargo, the Dark Knight, the Hannibal, the Jaime Lannister, the Tommen Baratheon, the Tomb Raider, the Damn You Son, the Men Who Stare at Goats, and the Exploding Golf Ball. No, that's not a movie, is it? The Happy Gilmore. Yeah, that happened, didn't it? The second level, Thornbridge Manor, is where the game really takes off though. Not only is it a much smaller level, perfectly complementing the previous one, but it is probably the best in any Hitman game I've ever played. Not only is this level your usual assassination mission, there's also a completely unrelated murder mystery storyline taking place just as you arrive, which you can choose to interact with and solve, or just ignore completely.
You see, this works so well because not only does solving the murder get you to your target, Agent 47's incredibly intricate set of skills make him the perfect person to solve a murder. And it's a great twist seeing him be more interesting, given in this game he has absolutely no personality whatsoever.
I don't like executive decision makers.
There are some issues, of course. It's incredibly immersion breaking that you can take the place of the detective in this mission after he's already spoken to everyone in the mansion, and no one seems to notice when he suddenly becomes an entirely different fucking person.
It was good talking to you, Butler. I'm going to see what clues I can find.
I bought you this tea. You should drink all of it. The third level sees you sneaking into a nightclub. It's incredibly varied and has 10 totally different targets for you to assassinate. But rather than again adding a thrilling storyline alongside things, this mission doesn't really have a story at all.
Then, by the time we finish this level, we're 3/5 of the way through the entire game, and the remaining 2, that's right, 2 missions don't do anything the series hasn't done before. They're good, they're really good, but when there's only 5 missions, they should definitely be following the lead set by Thornbridge Manor, especially when the game costs $54.99. IO have cracked it. They've put together the perfect Hitman formula. Just have a story running alongside each assassination mission that you can interact with beyond, you know, poisoning everyone you meet.
Enjoy your meal, sir. Can't wait to get this one down me.
There is actually a 6th mission, but not only is it incredibly short, it's set on a moving train that in of itself is about as wide as 3 people lying down. They died in their sleep, okay? As a result, this level lends itself to stealth and branching pathways as much as you might think. How am I gonna get past this elite group of guards? Oh, I'll climb out the window. Another dead end. What am I gonna... I'm gonna climb back in. Mission complete. In one section of this level, you meet a group of guards that you can't get past unless you turn on some lights, and then they all basically surrender. This isn't a puzzle. No other options have been presented to me. I wouldn't mind, but up to this point, the game has incessantly assured me that I'm taking on the most highly trained individuals on the planet. God knows what would have happened if I was carrying a flashlight. The most bizarre part of this game, though, is the story has absolutely no content to it. There are quite a few cutscenes, but no one ever actually says anything.
He's not just after the money. He wants it all.
In most cases, the characters just exchange a series of one-liners for 2.5 minutes, and then the next mission starts.
I never cared about power.
Power is a tool, Miss Burnwood.
It's the thing that gets you to the thing.
Power's the thing that you can put in the thing and it takes you to the thing and then you can go to the thing store and...
It goes on and on like this throughout the whole story. Some of the lines aren't even from this fucking game.
See you around, 47.
No. You won't.
See, what tipped Silent Assassin into being such a brilliant game was the character of 47 himself. He wasn't some stone-faced, cliched assassin who succeeded in every possible encounter because he possessed less flaws than a fucking bungalow. In Silent Assassin, 47 is a deeply conflicted character who regrets his past and regularly atones for the people he's killed. He becomes an assassin again, not because it's who he is, as he's portrayed in Hitman 3, but because he is forced back into it to save a friend of his who was kidnapped. The story finally ends with the kidnapper from the start of the game being murdered by 47, just like how Dr. Frankenstein is indirectly killed by the monster of his own creation. 47 eventually exits the church, leaving his rosary, the metaphor for his soul, behind on its broken hinges. What happens at the end of Hitman 3? Diana pretends to murder 47, it's all a ruse, and he comes back to life again. So not only has this exact plot point already fucking happened in a previous game, he then just wanders off into the frozen wasteland of the Russian tundra. Where are you going, 47? Do you have any idea how poorly insulating your head is?
Oh yeah, this is gonna sort me right out.
Also, am I the only one furious about the coins in this game? They're everywhere, and they're more powerful at distracting guards than some kind of superhuman mind control device.
Sorry, sir. Can't let you through here.
You don't need to see my identification.
No, sir, this is a private area. I can't let you through.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Sir, I'm gonna need to ask you to put your hands on the ground.
He can go about his business.
You can also play through this entire game in first-person view in VR. It's the whole reason I decided to do this review, so I should probably get on with it.
I played through all of this game in VR, and the most notable change is that the visuals have been slightly downgraded for the PSVR, in the same way Minecraft is a slight downgrade from our own factual reality. Clearly a lot of hard work has gone into making Hitman 3 run in VR, but even with all these downgrades, it still sounds like my PS4 is going to spontaneously combust at any moment. The draw distance is by far the biggest offender. In one mission, I genuinely thought I was silently entering an abandoned warehouse when 200 people suddenly appeared in front of me and I was actually unknowingly entering a midnight rave. In many of the cutscenes too, people seem to load after the room itself, and I wouldn't mind, but these scenes are just 2D videos I'm watching in my VR headset. Why is this happening? I honestly get the feeling the developers did not want to do this to their game. In many areas, these downgrades seem to have affected the polish of the game as well. We have unhappy NPCs, missing furniture, crashing menus, crashing outfits, furniture climbing, nothing climbing, disappearing corpses, and possibly the greatest cutscene glitch I've ever seen in my life.
What's he doing? Is he still looking at us?
I'm afraid so. Oh, it's a classic.
Say your line.
Is anyone looking at us?
Oh, I should think so.
So do I.
Combine this with extremely long loading screens in a game centered around saving and reloading, a single-player story that can only be played online, and my slightly lethargic my slightly intermittent internet connection, and you have a recipe for a pretty bad time.
All in all though, given the restraints the PS4 has put on the VR version of this game, I actually did quite like the controls in this game. You see, you don't use normal VR controllers to control your hands like you do in most VR games. In this one, you just move the PS4 controller around and Agent 47's hand does the same.
So although this sounded really strange, punching and shooting people for me was surprisingly accurate. I did find 47's sleeves flickered around a lot of the time, which couldn't have been easy for him.
Oh, this is going to be a difficult shot.
The PS4 camera does also have to stay directly in front of you at all times, so you aren't able to turn your body while playing. This is very restricting, particularly in high action scenes, as you have to rely entirely on the snap turning to look around, which isn't very immersive at all. There are of course loads of brilliant moments too that you can only experience in VR. There's nothing quite like tapping someone on the shoulder, then getting to smack them around the face with a banana. Or after slowly following your target around an entire complex, waiting for that one moment you're finally alone, getting to sneak up behind them and strangling them with your own hands in VR. This time you're mine. I'll kill you!
All in all then, I did really like Hitman 3. I just thought it was a bit too pricey given how many levels you got with the game. The VR version of the game though is free with it, so I would recommend giving it a go, but I definitely wouldn't recommend buying a PSVR just to play it. You see, I'm not really into VR, so I'm probably going to steer clear of buying any more VR headsets until they get a little bit more advanced. You know, I wouldn't want to go wasting all my money on a medium that isn't properly ready to produce the games that I actually wanted to play. Thank you for watching everyone. This video was sponsored by Skillshare. I should probably get rid of all these weapons. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes for creative people like you and me. It is honestly the perfect place to explore learning new skills or just improving your expertise in areas you're already passionate about. I am obsessed with improving my videos. Obsessed! And Skillshare is filled with classes to help me do just that. It has classes on creative writing, film and video, marketing, music and music production. A class that really helped me produce this video was storyboarding for film, illustrating scripts and stories by Ryan Faulkner. In this review, as you know, I did a long story-based sequence. This class helped me plan a storyboard for that entire scene. That way all the shots flowed from one into another in a way that made sense. This is something I've previously not really been able to do properly. I even produced a shooting schedule for this video, which is unheard of for me. I'm a changed man. Skillshare is also designed specifically for learning, so there are no ads, and there's always new premium classes being launched. This means you can stay focused and follow wherever your creativity takes you. And it's less than $10 a month for an annual subscription, which I think is pretty good given the volume of classes available. So take a look at the link in the description if you're interested, and I hope you enjoyed the video.